What's up, y'all? I'm Jack.
I'm Garrett.
And we're the Jack Wharff Band, and you're listening to Music Row.
Welcome to Music Row, a backstage pass to your favorite country artists. Here's your host, Leek.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Thanks for all of the listens, the likes, the shares, the comments as they continue to come in. On today's program, we get connected with Richmond, Virginia's The Jack Wharff Band, who have been out on tour this summer, playing the fun festivals and such, and we got to connect with them and chat about EPs, chat about new sounds coming through, and they're like one of the latest signings through Big Machine Records. So the Jack Wharff Band coming up on Music Row. First, some news. The list of artists who are looking to get pulled off of Spotify continues to grow. Reason for this is the artists are requesting it themselves. They're not cool with the idea that Spotify CEO Daniel Ek is investing into Helsing, which is a defense tech company that develops AI-powered military systems. So there's a whole big list of artists. I'll just give you a few of them. Godspeed, You Black Emperor, Colleen Power, Chad Van Galen, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, plus Deerhoof. And the list just grows and grows and grows. Basically, what the artists are saying is Spotify has to be more transparent and with an artist-first mentality, considering that's why everybody's going over to the platform in the first place.
Wherever there's a heartbeat and a stage, there's an artist set to perform. This is Music Row on Tour.
On Tour brought to you by the Pecan Agency, connecting fans with the bands worldwide. You can catch Dylan Gossett's Westward Tour as it's making stops everywhere this fall. Look for him in Indianapolis on the 16th of October, Columbus on the 17th, and playing Toronto, Canada on October 25th. Charles Wesley Godwin's Lonely Mountain Tour continues throughout the fall. You can find it in Montana with back-to-back shows, the Pub Station in Billings on October 17th, the Elm in Bozeman on the 18th, and the Wilma Theater in Missoula on October 19th. Coming up on Music Row, the Jack Wharff Band.
Hi, my name is Kim Stockwood. I am a proud Newfoundlander and a Canadian singer-songwriter. In a landscape where many lack access to health benefits or employee assistance programs, the Unison Fund serves as a lifeline of hope for musicians and music industry professionals facing medical emergencies or mental health challenges. To learn more about Unison and their programs, please visit unisonfund.ca.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jack.
And I'm Garrett.
And this is the Jack Wharff Band, and you're listening to Music Row with Leek.
I was thinking about this the other day, that the Jack Wharff Band is really a five-piece because of the stand-up bass. When you guys are traveling, it's like, oh, damn it, this thing's taking up so much space, but it makes the sound, right? It makes the sound for the band.
100%. 100%. And it's such a characteristic, too. It's as tall as our tallest player in the band as well. So,
and also, ironically, the largest piece that the band has and the most delicate.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Like, why they aren't fabricating these things out of steel, making them indestructible. Instead, it's got the most frail neck. How many times has the upright been fixed in the last year or so with the Jack Wharff Band?
If we brought it to every show, like, probably it would need to be fixed, I don't know, 20 times.
He just bought that one, so not too much.
Special occasions, if we're in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Bring it out.
Right. And then probably because you're in Kentucky, there's probably a backup stand-up bass just maybe a few miles down the road.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nearest shop.
You don't find any of that stuff on the road when you hit the cities. Like, no one's humping that stuff all around.
Exactly.
Did I hear that you guys met at a open mic?
Yeah, that's true.
So tell me how this works out. Because the open mic thing is, for one, it's extremely rare. So for a band to meet other bands at an open mic seems even bizarre. The fact that there's two bands that are performing as opposed to someone's doing comedy, someone's just trying to do juggling, whatever
poetry,
odd talent that they might have. Tell me what that interaction was like for the Jack Wharff Band.
Yeah, I guess you kind of gotta let any ego you have aside to meet people, because everyone's there to like because they believe their music is like worth showing to everybody. So you kind of gotta, if you want to like actually make friends with someone, you got to be like, that was really good. Like, what do you like? Tell me a little bit about yourself. So I'd been doing that for a little bit at these open mics, and I never meant it more when I saw him and Ryan up there playing. And so I just straight up told him, you guys sounded great. I would love if you guys could play with me, because no one wants to see like the gigs that I wanted to play. I had to have a band. I couldn't just go up there and just me and the guitar anymore. It was I really needed a band, and these guys were so good. So
Fast as well.
Yeah, it was a fun experience. Me and Ryan were in like a Midwest emo pop punk band. It was just us and one other guy.
I love how you just created a whole new genre. Yeah, we're part of this Midwest emo pop punk.
You can go on Spotify. There are Midwest emo podcasts.
But Midwest emo pop punk band,
like
I love it.
It's laid somewhere in between.
Dude, that's what music is though today,
Yeah.
right? Because of all these outlets that you can play on. But I interrupted.
yeah.
So you're doing your Midwest emo pop punk on stage in Virginia.
Yep, at the Camel.
The Campbell?
The Camel. Yep.
And you just see these guys and you're like, hey, I haven't heard this, but I think it matches with my style. Is that Jack's mindset?
I didn't think it really matched with my style at all. They could play drums and he could play bass, and it was tight. So I was like, they can just do that and I'll sing over it. It should sound pretty good.
So what's the dating like when it comes to the band? You've made your introductions. Now it's like, let's go jam together and see how this works. Or are you just talking over the phone going, well, we like Midwest emo pop punk.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I'm kind of a bluegrass
Right.
gospel.
Yeah. You'd think it would happen like that, but I was like, so we just killed it. Everyone loved it. Let's be a band. They're like, I think we're good. We'll just stick with they denied me fully the first time. I was like, oh, okay. But that didn't stop me. I just went out and I started getting gigs saying I had a band, sending in the videos of us playing. And I'd be like, I got a band, like just book me. It'll be awesome. And then I'd have the date and I'd be advertising it as a band, and I'd be like, guys, please come play. And then they'd be like, all right, like we'll play. It's free money. That's what I kept telling them. It's just free money. Just
Garrett, were you looking at this, this conversation coming across to the band going, we can't shake this Jack guy. Like, we've already got our thing.
I was okay with it from the beginning. So Ryan, like I said, we were just a little 3-piece band before. It was me, Ryan, and one of our other friends. And I'm like, we weren't really getting any shows. We weren't really doing anything. So I was on from the jump. Like, I was like, all right, cool. Let's, like, I love country. I love bluegrass. Like, let's just do it. And Ryan had a little bit of reservations at first because our old band was kind of his baby. So we had a little bit of convincing, but the free money really did us in because we were definitions of starving artists at that point.
You have to suffer a little bit as an artist. Otherwise,
There's a lot of that.
I don't think you have a hope in hell in making it.
Oh, yeah.
I know that someone's going to, hit me up right away and go, well, what about this artist? Born rich, super famous, did okay. I know that is out there, but by and large, another part of that, though, is not only have you free moneyed them a gig, but now it's like, Jack, I get the impression that your motor is, we're going to go get more gigs right now, and I'll inform the band that they're busy next week. So now you got to get used to being around each other all the time. What were the kind of the interesting nuances that you found out between each other, Jack and Garrett, and what was Ryan saying and stuff where it's like, wow, this guy snores really loud? Or
These are great questions. I love talking about this stuff. Yeah, he's the snorer.
got to lay in your stomach, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or use the CPAP.
Yeah, I probably need to do that.
Oh yeah, we were with each other more than our parents pretty shortly after, because we really believed in ourselves and we really thought that we had something special, and we were writing together too. So I think early on, we were scared Ryan was going to want to go to graphic design, and me and Garrett were really full into it, not a single care in the world. And Ryan was like, I don't know, from the start. But when we played the Irish Festival, which is it's like the homecoming for Richmond, Virginia, we changed his mind pretty quick when he saw all the people out there, and he was like, "We're actually doing something."
Yeah.
And the only reason why you can tell that you're doing something is that you've been doing it for a while and you hadn't had an experience like that where there's that crowd reaction. Like there's a whole crowd of people here who likely do not know who we are, maybe have not heard our songs, but somehow we're engaging with one another. And thank God for that, because if that show doesn't happen, who knows if the Jack Wharff band goes back into right again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, like, our first ever show other than the open mic, we played in the parking lot of a community pool. We opened up for a magician who juggled with fiery bowling pins and almost caught our PA on fire.
This is a true story. It sounds fake, but it's true.
So, like, we went from that, but within the same year, within the same, like, 3-4 months, we went from that to playing the Irish Festival, where, I mean, it's, like Jack said, it's a massive, like, downtown festival. They shut down, like, 8 city blocks. So it was really surreal for all of us, I think.
We shouldn't have got that gig. And the whole thing there, because no one was there for us, right? You know, you just get to play like a local fair. So we got our slot and everything. And the reason it sold Ryan and it got him over was because we had the crowd pull. The reason that we were like, okay, we could actually do this is because no one's supposed to be at the stage. And then all of a sudden we get 4 songs in and everyone's right up against the stage. We're like, wow, this is sweet.
You went from being booked as background noise to actually entertaining, part of the entertainment, like with, like you said, 4 songs, which is a real testament to the strength of the music. Did the music feel as powerful before you took it onto the stage, or was the stage just confirming what the sounds were for the Jack Wharff band?
There's some questions in our head. Are we going to be able to do this like live? Is Ryan going to be able to keep it together? Am I going to be able to play these chords right? Is Garrett going to not go absolutely berserkers on stage? When we got on stage, because we always believed in the music. I would say that. Yeah. We always did believe in our writing abilities and our tightness, but when we played it on stage and it didn't go bad, we were like, we have the chemistry too. We need to invest all of our time into this.
Yeah, I think it was more of a self-confidence issue than a music confidence issue.
Which I believe is again, that's like that check mark to that you're doing the right thing. Yeah. You're kind of carrying that path. But now we're running into new things that have to be discovered by the Jack Wharff band, and that is, okay, we are now in a mobile community. And by that, our community, the 4 of us, are driving everywhere together every single day. Didn't you have a truck or something like that? Or someone had a van?
My truck.
So you already had the vehicle. Was that part of the plan where you're like, well, you could use my truck, or was there convincing there? Because I know there's some people like, we're not putting 100,000 miles on this truck because it's my truck.
So it was kind of like my truck was the only thing big enough to get everything around. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. My truck just hit 300,000 miles.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
On one oil change.
I wish. Too many oil changes. But so yeah, we did a lot of it. We're starting to rent vans now, which is really nice.
Right.
But yeah, I did all of our driving from pretty much the very beginning until about a month ago.
So you finally gave up the wheel.
It's so
to
nice.
The other members of the band.
Well, to our manager.
We have a tour manager now too, so that's awesome.
I
Shout out to him.
I don't think I would trust these guys driving.
I wouldn't trust myself.
I've heard some amazing bands touring on the road with people who probably shouldn't drive.
Yeah.
And I applaud your effort in saying, no, we're not driving. You're not driving. Tour manager has got this. What came first? Was it an agent, a manager? Who was first in that group, or was there somebody who was part of that original group that, okay, this guy can't take us, or this person can't take us to where we want to be?
Yeah, this is where it gets super sentimental, because we truly do have the best, and we're blessed with the best managers in the whole world. We've had them since day one. They found us before we even released anything as a band.
How did they find you?
So
sounds like the A-Team.
Right.
You can't find them, they'll find you.
It totally is a God thing, because I would have never, like, there's so many artists that I know that are my good friends that have gotten screwed over, especially from the first people that reach out to them. And they reached out to me before I even released any music, my solo career, and I didn't know anything about the music industry. So I was like, never call me again. I don't know why you're asking for my demos. I don't know why you want to hear my music. You're scaring me. Stop. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And then we start posting. I learn a little bit more about the industry. And he's the first person to call again. And it's just like, that song, All Mine, is where it all started. He was like, that song is so good. He's like, let's work together. And that has always scared me back then. I was like, I'm not signing anything. I'm not doing anything like that. And then he's just like, I don't want you to. He was like, you just keep doing what you're doing and I'm going to help out. And I was like, okay. And they poured their hearts out. Nate and Mason, they poured their absolute hearts out. They let us live in their place in Nashville for 8 months without us paying anything, by the way. Yeah. And they spent tons of money on us before we even told them that we were going to like sign them as managers. Yeah. They work their butts off because they believe in us. And that's the best thing to have around you. Yeah. So they are the people that we're still with right now. They're here.
Garrett, are you hearing what I heard? Jack said he didn't trust somebody that just reached out to him saying, let's do something. But this is the same Jack who approached you on stage saying, by the way, I booked us a gig. We're all in a band together.
That's a good point.
I think he learned from his own mistakes. So
someone's got to, right?
That's right.
That's the easiest way to learn is a little bit of failure along the way.
Yeah.
So you guys are writing in the studio and then songs start to pop online. And now you're getting label attention. Was management filtering all that stuff, or was label attention starting to find you guys directly online again? And you're like, you got the wrong number. This is not the Jack Wharff band.
So for a little bit, it was us trying to manage it, but there's so many unspoken like things happening on a Zoom call with a label. You know, you pretty much got to sell yourself. There's a lot of dead air where you got to fill, kind of, from our experience. Yeah. We were not ready for that. And when we met Nate and Mason, we kind of all learned together, which was really cool. And then they started to filter all that stuff out. And we weeded out the good from the bad, for sure. And we're with a really solid team. We
actually recorded Burning It Down. And the night that we recorded it, we were supposed to have a label meeting over Zoom. And the guys, like, ghosted us. And we called Nate and Mason. We're like, hey, like, what are we supposed to do in this situation? They're like, don't worry about it. We'll handle it. And, like, it's kind of crazy to think now. Like, first ever call, like, we hopped on with other people and them. Like, they had, like, 20 questions right off the bat for them. And we're like, we didn't even think about asking that stuff. It's really awesome to have those two guys in our corner. They're the best.
International travel. I would imagine that a majority of the band didn't even have a passport prior to becoming who you are today.
No, I had no intention of leaving the country. I just had no draw to it. Like, I thought before music, I thought I was going to be doing construction for the rest of my life. And this took off, so I was able to, I got fired from it. But
yeah, you got fired for what, though?
Calling out for a show. Up.
Yeah.
We called out for a show. And we actually all got fired on the same day from our jobs. So
now there's no plan B.
Yeah, it was just go for it. So it was awesome.
Now you're getting to see all parts of the country. I'm guessing it's influencing songwriting and ideas.
100%. And that's the fun part about being on the road all together and being around these guys a whole lot, because we write together and we have the same lives pretty much. Like, we're never not around each other. So it's easy to come up with cool ideas because we all get them.
Who controls the stereo in the van?
Who's driving?
Yeah, whoever is driving. I mean, we all have a say, but Garrett usually puts on, shout out to Wyatt Flores, he puts on Wyatt Flores radio or Old 60 radio or 49 Winchester radio.
Grateful Dead radio a lot too.
Some of them, yeah.
Just kind of
got to have something on, because you can't listen. 5 people in a van cannot listen to a podcast.
No.
That's not it's not a community sport.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It's got to be just the sounds. What are some great takeaways from this current tour for the Jack Wharff band?
Wow, that's a great question too.
I think one thing none of us were really expecting, like, Canada's great. Like, not that we weren't expecting it to be great, but like, I think we were expecting a lot of differences in between, like, a big city in the United States and Toronto, and it just feels the same. Like, it's awesome.
And you're going into Montreal.
Yes.
Tonight.
playing at a country music festival that I think is the fastest growing festival in all of North America right
That's
now.
wild.
But that's not the most important part. It's the artist area that I hope you guys gave yourself 2 full days to live in because it has the greatest catering you're ever going to come across.
And they have like free Birkenstocks.
Who cares about the shoes? Let's feed you guys, okay?
Yeah, that is big too.
I like food.
Hey, we'll take all the stuff we can get.
That's right.
Where's the band in terms of social media? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Or is it part of the gig and we just have to, cut away some time in the day to make that happen?
I cannot stress it enough. Every single one of the things you just said is what we feel about social media.
Yeah.
It's our baby. Like we started out doing that, and that's why we're here in the first place. So we love it.
Right. That's how you first got those phone calls.
Right, exactly.
Hey, I'm just a weirdo manager. I found you on social media. Right?
Yeah, but we hate it because there's a lot of pressure now. You know what I mean? It's like you can't just do, I guess, what we were doing at this point in the same way. So it's tough. But at the same time, we're like, it's part of the job. So it really is all 3 of them.
This Jack Wharff Band next studio time that you get, is it full album? Is it EP or is it song by song? Kind of like what you guys were starting off with.
We're working towards projects, and don't want to spoil too much here, but we are really soon, actually, next week, getting in the studio, and we're going to be recording some of what I think is the best songs that we've written to date.
Yeah, some really good ones.
And there'll be some singles for sure to just get ready for that project.
Have you been demoing any of these songs live yet?
No, actually, not the ones that were recorded.
Not the ones that we recorded, but we've done a couple of live demos of a couple different other songs.
And after we flesh the ideas out, we might do it live a few times. Who knows? We might post it a few times.
Just to see if it's worthy to go into the studio?
Right, exactly.
Let's try it out. I don't know, there's so many different rules, and people say, it's a good idea, it's a bad idea. I don't know. I think
we like letting the people pick.
Yeah.
That's why you have managers now.
That's right.
Garrett, Jack, thanks for doing this. I really do appreciate it, guys.
This was the best ever. Great questions. I love talking about that stuff.
It's all ChatGPT.
Follow Music Row on X at Music Row Country, on Instagram at Music Row Official. Music Row is produced by Shed of Dreams.